Hi everyone, this is Alan Schimmel, DevOps.com, DevOps TV, and we're here live at Jenkins World, live on the expo floor actually, and been here all day meeting some great people, just kind of soaking in the buzz of a very, very exciting conference here today. Our next guest is Luca Milanesio, correct, Luca?
Yeah, that's correct. Very
Cool.
good pronunciation, well
I
done.
try, thank you. Luca is from Gerrit and Gerritforge, one of the sponsors and exhibitors here this year at Jenkins World. Luca, in case anyone in our audience is not familiar with Gerrit and Gerritforge, can you give them a little background?
Yeah, so Gerritforge is a company that is focused on open source and the development of Gerrit code review system.
Sure.
So yeah, Gerrit code review system, for the people that don't know what it is the system that is running the development of Android. So if you have a mobile phone, yeah, we do it in some way, because Gerrit is the system that is driving the people to work together to build that software.
Excellent.
Okay.
And so tons of app development going on Gerrit. What's the attraction to Jenkins?
Yeah, so there is a lot of attraction because whenever people want to take teams to work together and to interact together in a way that they can see each other's code, get the code better, and make sure they can deliver faster, that is something that scales, right? And all the people that are coming here, they're coming from companies they don't have just 10, 15, or 20, or 50 people. You're talking about companies that got hundreds of thousands of people all across the globe. So when they're looking for a solution that's something that scales, they look for something that has a history. You can't build up, let's say, your development lifecycle to something that, one guy just developed last night. Can you try it out? No, you can't, because your business is still mission critical. So they rely on something that is rock solid. And Gerrit Code Review is rock solid. It's been developed originally by Google, but now has over 300 contributors. And all the large companies in the world working on mobile, they all use Gerrit.
Really?
And not surprisingly, 80% of them, they use Jenkins as well. So most of the guys that are coming here, they're stopping by because they say, that's Gerrit.
It's an overlapping community.
Together. Yeah, absolutely.
That's interesting.
We have been business partner and technology partner with CloudBees since the beginning.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we know each other very well, and we know that we need each other. Because the people that are interested in Jenkins, they want to manage the pipeline even before it gets into the build. They want to make sure that the people work together very well and so on.
Sure.
So what we did is to innovate in the community. We are within the main contributors, so Gerrit Code Review, and we provide the enterprise support that the company needs. Because at the end of the day, open source is good, but you need help, right? And we are here to help people.
Fantastic. I have a feeling, I know, but to give our audience, give us an idea, how many thousands of people do you think are in the developers are in the Gerrit community?
So it's hard to give exact numbers because most of the people they are using within their companies.
Right.
So Gerrit is very, very good and advanced in terms of security, and that's why it's the ideal solution if you want to do on premises, right? But if we can get some numbers from the summits that we do, and for instance, the next summit will be the 2nd and the 3rd of October in London, the Gerrit User Summit. And within the summit, the user community shares the numbers. So last summit, Google, they were saying that they've got something like 700,000 engineers using Gerrit.
That's a big community.
Yeah, so Ericsson, they got something like 30,000 engineers.
Wow.
Qualcomm, they've got something like 5 to 10,000 engineers. So by putting all those numbers together, you may say that the current community of the large clients, they are between 2 and 3 million developers. But we are talking about not the, let's say, I would say the hackers that are just writing some code sometimes, maybe in the night and so on. We are talking about professionals. So people, they are using Git and code review seriously every single day. You got millions of people. And the community is growing. Every year is growing and growing and growing. One thing that is important, as large companies are complex, they typically don't use just one tool. They use all of them. The beauty of Gerrit is that if you don't have anything, it's fine. You can use it as a Git server and a code review system. But if you happen that you have got already GitHub or Stash, you can use it as a code review on top of it. As a result of that, in terms of the community, think about all the GitHub users. they can be potentially each one of them Gerrit users.
Now let me ask you a question then. Get all that fantastic open source community. I'm very familiar with open source communities. How is Gerrit Forge, so it's a commercial entity, helping to manage the community, yes? What's the business model there?
Okay, the business model is very simple. So I will just make a very, very quite easy similarity with Jenkins. So how do you make money with Jenkins and Cloudbase? So Jenkins is open source, and Cloudbase makes money helping people adopting the open source and building add-on services on top of that. We are exactly the same thing. So if you think about, we are the Gerrit code review company, right? And we provide value to the clients. They are more than happy to give us support contracts. They get the software for free because you know that software licenses can be a risk for companies. But at the end of the day, they get exactly the same service that they got from a commercial product.
Sure.
So if you think about IBM, they charge you for the software. But at the end of the day, what you care is about the service. So we say, give me the money for what you care, the service. Software is free.
Right.
And the money is coming, don't worry.
It's a nice model.
Yeah, and the good thing is that if you're paying for the software, you have only the impression that you're getting a little bit robbed, because you say, come on, why should I pay for the software that someone else is giving for free? But that's fake. At the end of the day, you don't need tools, you need solutions. So we say, tools are free, you get whatever you want, or you can use the one you want. We can help you with the answers, with the solutions you need.
Makes perfect sense to me. Luca, thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your support of the Jenkins community.
Fantastic. Thank you for
Always
inviting
nice.
me. Yeah,
Oh, it was my pleasure.
It was my pleasure to meet you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Luca
Bye-bye.
Milanesio from Gerrit Forge, from the Gerrit community here at Jenkins World. This is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com and DevOps TV. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.